Well, the theme for this video is if I have solar panels here in Portugal, how do I sell my solar panel production surplus? This is not the simplest task, but it's quite possible. What I shall go through here is how do I sell my solar panel production surplus to the Portuguese market leader? I will not go into the different choices that you have. We will also go through what do I get paid for my electricity, and also the site where you can find that. You see here, it's omia.es. You can also find it in English. The second point is how do I get my DGEG certificate? This is the authority where your solar panel installation has been legalized, and from this site you must get out your certificate in order to prove for the company that you are legitimate. You have a legal solar panel installation, and here is the place where you can start that process. We should also go through all the three documents that you need to enclose in your application to sell your electricity. And of course, the most important is how do I do my application to SO Electricidade, the market leader in Portugal. And here is the place where you can start that process. So let's go into the details. In order to see what you get for your electricity, you can visit the site of omia.es, which is the Iberian Electric Exchange. And here you can see the spot price for today, and you can scroll down and see how it develops during the day. And you can look at a week, for instance, and here is a typical week. You see on the 14th it was almost nothing that was paid. On the 17th and 18th it was a very low price, but in average it's around 10 euro cents per kilowatt hour. What you get is average on a monthly basis, and here you see it's a very volatile market during that time, but in average at least 10 euro cents during this period. If we go down and see what is the reason that the price was very low on the 14th and on the 17th and 18th, we go down and see how the Iberian market is sourced by different sources, energy sources. And if we once again look at the week, we see then on the bottom there is nuclear power from 7 Spanish nuclear power plants. We see that the sun is pretty reliable and comes every day during daytime. And after the sun has set, the Spanish water power plants open, and they supply the evenings of the days. What, however, is a bit unreliable is the wind. And as you remember, it was a very poor price on the 14th. And here you see it was very windy. So it was over 19 of the around 30, so almost 60% or 70% was supplied here on the 16th, the 14th, sorry, from wind. And that was then a surplus that pressed the price to zero. And it was also rather windy here on the 17th and on the 18th. And there you see the price was very low. But when there is little wind, there is high price, and then you earn more money. So it's a rather simple market, which you can follow every day if you have the time. It's rather interesting, actually.
In order to see the legitimacy of your registration to the Energy Authority in Portugal, you have to find your registration and take out the certificate. And this certificate you have to enclose when you apply for your contract for selling electricity. And the way to get it is that you go into DGEG, and the web address is apps.dgeg.gov.pt, and here you enter with your login that you got from DGEG and the password that you set. If you have forgotten, you can do it with your NIF. Usually your username is your NIF number, but you have to put PT and before it, and then you can enter with your password. And when you are here, it looks like this. And if you look at the point Energia, you see a number of points. And what you have to do is to enter Autoconsumo and look at MCP. If your registration is correctly made, it's done as an MCP registration. And if you want to look at that, you look at MCP Consulta, and then you get a page that looks like this. And here you see your registration, and here you can then look at Editar Registro. If you press that, you get up the form that was made when the registration was done. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you see Declaração. And if you press Declaração, automatically a certificate in PDF format is made. And that has a validity of 1 month. So here you then see that the registration is done, and it has a validity for 1 month. So you must then enclose this in your application for selling electricity.
If we look a little bit on the documents that we will send to Electricidade, there are, first of all, the e-redes that you get in combination when the DGEG registration is made. And it's an email from e-redes, and in the PDF enclosure, it looks like this. You see your number at e-redes. You see your MCP, which is the DGEG registration number. You see the CPE consumption number. You see the CPE production number. You see your name and address. And here in Portuguese is clarified then that the meter that they own at your house is then suitable for measuring your autoconsumo from your solar panels, and that the meter accumulates the data per 15 minutes in both directions, and then it's signed. So it's an official document that you should enclose in your application. The DGEG certificate that you get out when you enter your DGEG registration, it looks like this. It's an official document also, tells the reader the number, MCP number, the name and address, NIF number, and that the installation is made, and to what address with CPE number, and at how many kilowatt hours it produces. And it's also official and signed, or at least official. Then you have the IBAN that you get from your bank. You apply to get it from your bank. It's also official. It tells your name, your address, your account number, which I masked here, and then the NIB number, including the account number, and the IBAN number, including the account number. So this is then the third official document that you should enclose in your application.
Well, now we're going to see how to apply for selling electricity via the EDP company SU Electricidade. And here you see the address, and you can also get an English. Up here there is a button to change from Portuguese to English. And you're going to look for the market facilitator. And if you want to start to give in your data, you have to go to details required for energy sale. And then on line number 2, there is a here button. And if you start there, you can then start the process. So let's start the process. And then we put in the name of the applicant and the email address. Phone number must be a Portuguese one. You can have a local, a fixed line, or mobile line. And the address should be the same as you have on your electric bill. In order not to create some unnecessary questions. The district here in Algarve is Faro, and the county is Lagos. And the location you have to find yourself. But the address should be the same as electric bill.
Well, regarding the identification of the production of the solar panels, the CBE number, it can then be found on the EREDES document that you get after the registration to DGEG. And here you see then in the heading of that document, you see the CPE Consumo and CPE Produção, and those data should be given in here. And they also want to see the address of the installation. Regarding where to get the money, you put in the IBAN number of your account, and you also enclose the document that you got from your bank regarding that your IBAN is connected to your person. And here you then write again that the installation address of the panels, and in this case it's the same as the electric bill. You should also give in the date of the installation. Here we have chosen the DGEG registration date. That's the official when the installation was made official. Once again, we put in the zip code and the district and the county and the location. And then we come down to the question about the EREDES document. And the EREDES document is actually confirming that the official meter out in the street is sufficient for measuring the data of your production. And the meter should collect all data of production and consumption and accumulate it per 15-meter interval. So now we find that document and upload it to the application. And then we also must give in the document, the certification that I showed earlier that you get from DGEG when you register your application. So that should also be allocated here. Then there are some tax issues, and what you have to do is you have to talk to your accountant and ask her or him to apply a code that is called CAE 35113, and we have done that, so we can put in a confirmation of that. And the person that we are now making the application of, he's outside of the taxation regime, so we say that it's a normal VAT system here. What is important is then to show here in upload a document from Finanzas to confirm that this code 35113 is done in Finanzas. So now we upload also that document. In this case, we have received this from the accountant. And as if I have any comments, I can put them at the bottom of this document. And then I have to declare under oath that everything that I have provided is according to the truth and that we have done. So then we are sending the document.
After you have sent your application to Electricidade, you must wait for a few minutes, but then you get an email from them confirming, like you see in this case, that they have received your application, and normally you will get a contract to sign electronically within a week or 10 days or something like that. One thing more to mention is, of course, what do my solar panels produce during the year? And if you want to see that, there are a simulation site called Global Solar Atlas, and here you can actually pinpoint your house, specific house, and you can put in the facts of your solar panel installation. In this case, that you have a 25-degree angle, you have 180 degrees, which is then entirely south. And then you get the result that your annual production will be 6,558 kilowatt hours per year. And this is then calculated because of the historic statistics regarding the sun hours and how much cloudiness specific areas have. And fortunately, here in the Algarve, we are among the absolute best areas of Europe. So this then concludes the presentation, and I hope you have received some information how to sell your solar panel production surplus and how to do it to the market leader and you have received information how much you get paid for your electricity, where to find it, and also to find your important documents about your installation at DGEG. And you have also received information regarding the 3 documents you have to apply. You have to enclose when you make the application, and you have also received some information how to make the application to SO Electricidade, who is an EDP daughter company and the biggest actor in Portugal. So I wish you good luck, and you can do this within 1 hour's work, but of course you have to get the information at your desk before you start. I wish you good luck. Bye.